that I had to donate during the run. Good luck to ciphering. We also have $50 from Exhaust Freak. Have to donate when my man Cypherin is running while the rest of us are here working. Have a solid run and we'll have plenty of work waiting for you when you get back. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. We have $150 from Moonwatcher13. Already donated, wanted to add some goals for some Legend of Zelda games I love. Now we have some donation incentives that have already been met. We got the Harmony of Dissonance that with the bonus any percent run has been met, but we do have the Fire Emblem 8 Erica versus Ephraim run incentive coming up. Erica's pulled ahead pretty far, but hey, we've caught up from, the gap has been closed from a bigger gap, so get those donations in for what you'd like to see. For Super Mario 3D World, we have the Complete Champions Road. And for Super Mario 3D World, we have the donation for who will be playing the character that we'll be playing on the final level. We have $20 from Ryuzaki Robin. I love Castlevania. Can't wait to see it. Don't forget we have a number of prizes in the running now. For a $30 donation, you're entered in the running to win the AGDQ 2018 sketchbook by artist LLK. You can also donate $50 to be in the running for the Octopus AGDQ banner. And for $150 cumulative donation over the entire marathon, you can you can be entered to win the 8th generation console bundle, which is a PS4, an Xbox One, and a Switch. We have $100 from Ketix Ray. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Love GDQ. Super excited for the Mass Effect run this weekend, so I had to make sure that Ash and Femshep got the love that they deserve. Just another reminder that Fire Emblem 8, Erica versus Ephraim incentive is coming up close. It's a big gap, I know, but hey, larger gaps have been closed. So if you really feel that Ephraim should be the route, you should get those donations in now. We also have the incentive for in Super Mario 3D World to complete the Champions Road. If you'd like to see that happen, make sure to get those donations in as soon as you can. All right. Well, we are ready to start the Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance run, being run by VB.
Hi, what's up?
Hey.
So this is going to be Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance Maxim mode. There's a lot to explain in this game, and not a lot of time to explain it. So real quick, if we want to do a roll call on the couch.
Hey, I'm Countdown.
Crack Attack.
I'm Dragon Blitz.
All right, so real quick, just to explain what Maxim mode is, really quick before we start. Maxim mode is an alternate mode in the game that you get once you've beaten the main story with Juiced Belmont. And Maxim has some special abilities that we can get into once we start the run. And so we're ready on time to start timer? All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So starting off real quick, he's going to be going for a whip launch, which is a triple frame perfect trick. Just kidding, he's not doing it for this run. But we will see plenty of whip launches and like dash launches and stuff like that.
All right, so this is a trick called a whip launch, like DD was talking about.
There we go.
Yeah.
It gives you enough momentum to clip into the wall, and then when you're in the wall, it just like zips you upward for whatever reason, and that gets you out of bounds.
Yeah, something about backdashing off of a ledge and then whipping kind of ruins the speed cap of the backdash.
The game basically adds a lot of speed because it doesn't know which direction you're going in, or something similar to that effect. So this is the first boss. You kill him by doing the super attack. If you attack this boss when he's not doing his drill, if you attack him 3 times when he's not doing his drill, he splits up into a bunch of smaller bats. So I only want to attack him when he's doing his drill. I didn't kill him there, which isn't great. Yeah, like this. So my super attack did not kill him, but he's dead now, so that's fine.
Yeah, there's a couple of like critical hit chances that could affect when the bosses die, as well as like some damage glitches that he's going to be going for on some other bosses.
Yeah, and I'll explain damage glitch in a second.
And when he uses those clones, it's kind of just random where they spawn sometimes.
Yeah, and it also depends on the enemy positioning. All right, here's a really tight whip launch.
He's actually going to be using the cross.
You go for the bottom one?
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Actually,
First
did you
try.
even use the cross, or was
No,
that just a double
you can,
slash?
Yeah, you can make it with a double slash. This is damage glitch.
Nice. You
so
see that stack of numbers? Yep.
Ooh.
Basically, the way damage
Nice.
glitch works is if you have 3 attacks on an enemy at once, the game can't handle that.
It does
3
damage on
attacks-
like every frame
Yeah,
or something.
the first attack gets underflowed, and it does damage on every frame. So I set it up such that the shuriken is what's doing damage. So do you want to explain why whip launching is so good and like the castle isn't connected really, and like how it lets us warp all over the castle?
Yeah, there's basically 2 castles in this game, and
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
he
you can
just
soft
got
lock
to
there.
yeah. So he didn't soft lock there, so he's good. But there's another. He's gonna do another boss since it's all bosses. He's gonna do another boss in the other castle of this area right after.
Yeah, it's kind of, they're kind of laid on top of each other, and so
Yeah.
it's really easy to seamlessly move between the two.
It gets really confusing even if you know the map. It's like really confusing to.
Yeah.
So the super
the
attack, just to
zips.
talk about it real quick, is a fighting game input. You have to do left, right, down, and then attack to execute it, and it can be really finicky with the way it reads the inputs. It's best to do it in the air, so you're going to
Yeah.
see me doing that.
Yeah, it's super easy to chain too.
So coming up is going to be the Skull Knight zip. It's the most inconsistent zip in the run. It's pixel perfect, frame perfect. It could take up to 20 tries, so hopefully this isn't too bad. There's also soft lock potential.
Yeah.
So this could take a while, or it could just be first try. So let's see.
Gotta jump out of the wall just in time.
1, 2,
He's gonna zip to
3.
the wall above, and then he's gonna try to get
4.
out right
Nice.
there.
4 is pretty good.
Nice.
So I'm also going to save here.
Yeah,
It's
these
something
hits are
along the
really
lines,
hard.
yeah. Something along the lines if you dash out too late, you soft lock, or is it too early or something
It's
like
too
that?
late
Yeah.
because you screen transition up.
Yeah.
You go to a different area if you don't do it fast enough.
So this boss is pretty interesting. For the first 3 phases, I'm just going to super, and then the third phase, I'm going to go for a damage glitch. And if the damage glitch fails, I'm going to do what's called kicks. Kicks are the fastest, I guess, intended movement or intended way of doing damage. They're this. It's really short range, but they're also really fast, so they're good for a lot of bosses. Something interesting with this fight is, you see how when I killed him, his shield flew off? Depending on when you kill him, is what determines how far his shield flies. And if you kill him in a certain way, his shield can actually fly off so fast that the shield zips out of bounds, and you soft lock, which is awesome. It didn't happen here, thankfully.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty awesome.
There's all sorts of weird soft locks in this game that just randomly happen if you do stuff like that.
All right, so I'm going to take a safety save here because there's a trick coming up that has high soft lock potential. That's just word of the day, isn't it? Soft lock.
Oh
gosh.
wow.
Yeah.
Those guys definitely got their paycheck today. They do.
The Donkey Kongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic work from them.
This is actually a really, really cool trick, but it is a
very
4-frame window, and if you
4-frame
miss
window,
it, you
and
soft
if you
lock.
miss it, you soft lock. So, if you go too late, you soft lock.
Right, right.
So, yeah. What I'm going to try and do is clip into the overhang in the ceiling.
Oh,
I went a little too early. That's a shame. It's better than going too late because you soft locked. But yeah, basically I'd be zipping up this room instead of having to walk up it manually.
Yeah.
Gonna heal there. Right. And here I'm gonna do a trick. I'm probably gonna fail. It's called a candle whip launch. It's basically a more.
Oh,
There we
first
go.
try.
Nice.
Wow,
Okay. That was really good.
those are not easy to do, by the way.
That's triple frame perfect. That's actually triple frame perfect, not the thing we were memeing about earlier. So yeah, it's pretty incredible I got that. Basically, it sends you really fast backwards. I don't know how it works, don't ask. Can one of you explain Death Zip and Death Fight, because I need to focus for this?
Yeah, so he has to find a specific seam, actually.
Yeah, it's almost pixel perfect with the way you have to set it up.
Yeah, it's really finicky.
There's a good visual cue for it right here. And then it'll bring him straight to Death's Door is what it's going to do. If he's a little bit off, then he'll probably soft lock or something.
Okay.
Nice.
He's good. He's good.
There we go.
And the Death
Damage
Fight
glitch.
is no joke either, because he's very random. And I want him to do attacks that will let me do damage glitches on him. And I
Nice
did.
first phase.
Yeah. And this is the second phase, and you do the best strat in the game. The Death Ride.
Oh, yeah.
Kick him in the back of the head.
Nice.
Good fight. You can damage glitch the second phase if
Oh
you have
yeah,
a proper setup.
it saves a second optimally, and it's extremely difficult. And if you fail it, you're very likely to die.
Yeah.
So this is a good time to talk about Maxim movement options, because that's actually a very interesting and fun part of the speedrun.
He has
so
a space
Maxim,
jump.
yeah, Maxim has something called Space Jump, which is basically an infinite jump that uses MP, so it isn't technically infinite, but you can do it a lot.
It's very similar to the Super Metroid space
yeah.
jump kind of movement.
And he also has a triple jump, not just a double jump. So a lot of different movement options. The dashes in both directions, forward dash and back dash, as well as slides, which can be faster off of ledges. So something to talk about is the heart count you see in the top left. The only sub-weapon Maxim can use is the shurikens, and each of them is 5 each. So right now I have 10 possible shuriken uses. Here's something I'm gonna do something here you saw me see earlier. I'm gonna throw the shuriken and then run, and that makes the shuriken revolve around me. So that's a good way to get in a lot of extra damage, and now I'm just going to go for the super. and this should kill. You can't damage this guy because his hitbox is very weird, but thankfully I got him with that super. And the room coming up, you're going to see one of the reasons space jumping is such a good movement option. It's because it hits enemies away from you. So I'm going to use it in this room to not have to deal with the imps in the way.
Yeah, it's really useful for an enemy-heavy segment like that. It's also really useful because when you're climbing, it actually like kind of snaps you to the ground. Once you like go through a passable floor, you go up and then it'll immediately snap to you.
So here I changed castles. This game is like a light world, dark world mechanic with the castles. And until now, I've just been zipping in between them. But there, it's actually fastest just to use the warp the intended way. And coming up is going to be Golem. It's a very tricky fight. I want to try and get damage glitches to deal as much damage in phase 1 as possible. So let's see how this goes. Oh gosh. Okay, I got one good one in there. So I'm going to whip him a few times and then do the super, and that should kill. If it doesn't kill, things could get kind of hairy, but you know. Come on.
You're fine.
Uh-oh.
The crit.
Probably a few more hits.
All right, let's
There
go.
you
He's dead.
Nice.
So coming up is going to be, in my opinion, one of the top 2 hardest fights in this game, Merman. I'm going to zip to him. I'm going to try the bottom clip ones. But basically, the way Merman works is I want to kill him before he goes back into his ball form. And to do this, I need to land a very precise damage glitch. Ideally, I'll get 2 damage glitches. I can get the quick kill with 1. But yeah, let's just see how this goes. I kind of went quiet for this because this is a very difficult damage glitch. Uh-oh. That wasn't good, but it's not really that big of a deal. I didn't accidentally super. That was on purpose. So he's dead now. I actually hit him a few times, even though he had 0 HP. He just doesn't die when he's in his ball form. The fight will not end until he's out of his ball form. So coming up is going to be a pretty unique out of bounds. It's the only one of its kind really in the run. I'm going to be using something called a Shuriken Extended Whip Launch, which is where I throw a Shuriken during a whip launch, and that actually gives me a little more speed, because why not? Wasn't fast enough.
So he still does the whip, and then he uses shuriken.
And then I go up out of bounds here, and then I'm in the other castle's out area here. And coming up is going to be the shadow fight. It's a pretty simple fight. Just going to use the shuriken to revolve around me because he's too small to damage glitch, really. The interesting thing about this fight that makes it unique is at the end. I'm actually going to zip out of this room. I'm not going to leave through the door. But I can't zip out right when he dies. I need to wait for the orb to spawn. I don't need to wait to grab it or anything. But he does not count as being dead in the game's code until the orb spawns. So I need to wait here.
And this boss has about 3 different forms.
Yeah, I quick killed him in the first
So
phase
you
too.
only see the first form there.
So there I did actually wait for the orb just to grab health, but I could have zipped out as soon as it spawned. Yeah, and you need all bosses to be dead in this category, not just...
That's some bosses.
Yeah. So this is Devil. I'm going to do a super and then a damage glitch. If I fail the damage glitch, things could get bad because he has the ability to curse you, which slows down your movement. Easy though.
Nice. Good fight. The inputs for the damage glitch are very strange, by the way. I can't stress this enough. You have to double jump, then dive kick after throwing a shuriken in a very small window of time, and whip while you're dive kicking, or after the dive kick connects. Yeah, just a very confusing series of inputs overall. So really impressive that you've gotten it so much.
All right, I took a safety save here because this next boss has a lot of random elements. The little slimes that come off of him are random, where they jump out. So they could jump right onto me and destroy me.
And this boss can poison you too, which just
Yeah.
makes it more annoying.
Poison in this game, there's one nice thing about poison. Hello? Oh my gosh. One nice thing about poison is it can't actually kill
Very
you.
nice.
It slowly depletes your damage, but you can never actually die from it. So here I'm going to use Space Jump to go through that Harpy safely. Going to take another safety save here because the next boss also has potential to kill me. This is something that we haven't really touched on, but Maxim is also sort of a glass cannon character. Not as much as like Richter in Symphony of the Night, but he does die pretty easily. I went for a zip there that saves like nothing.
1 second.
Alright, so Legion Saint damage glitch is also pretty tricky because he moves back and forth randomly and he's a very small target. So let's see if I can get this one.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Really proud of you for going for that zip, by the way.
Thank you. There we go.
Nice. Good fight.
All right, so coming up, so here I'm going to actually farm hearts for a bit. Not, I guess just here actually. I'm gonna refresh this room. This is a really good spot to get enough hearts for the rest of the run. So coming up is gonna be Peeping Big. In my opinion, the hardest damage glitch in the run because he gets knocked back every time you hit him. So I do need Quiet for this. That's not
Okay.
good enough. I got the one in there.
There you go.
Pete Big done that?
Yeah, that could
Peep
have been.
Big. I'm also going to take a safety save here because the next boss, again, has the potential to kill you very quickly.
Yeah, most of these fights can go very, very poorly if not done correctly. So
Oh, that guy, pro
Played.
player. All right, this is Tricky Climb. It's, in my opinion, the hardest movement section in the game. Easy, though, so you know. So this warp room's actually really interesting. I'm going to warp to another place, and you'll think I've never been there before. But what actually happened is during one of the zips I did earlier, I was actually in this warp room for 1 frame, and that activates it. So, yeah, I'm not cheating. I'm just good. All right, so this super should kill because that was a good damage glitch on Pazuzu. Yeah.
nice.
All right. So coming up is a cool trick. I'm going to do a Shuriken extended whip launch, and my speed is actually going to be so great, I can move through the poison lizards in the next room without getting poisoned or hit by them at all, really. Nice. So this is the downward climb. It's the worst movement in the game because the way dive kicking works is really awful, and you have a lot of end lag on your dive kick. Okay.
Yeah, it's really annoying to do a diagonal downwards.
And I'm going to safety save here because after the next boss, there's a trick that has really high soft lock potential. So these are the Minotaurs. They're very annoying because every time you hit them, they have a random chance to jump back. So we jump back there. That's still killed, which was
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good
Yeah.
fight.
All right, so this is a scary zip that has a chance to soft lock. All right, we're good though.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was pretty quick, but it flashed on screen for a second. He needed to be on a certain kind of horizontal, certain set of positions on the y-axis so that he could fit himself into like an actual corridor rather than out of bounds on this particular screen to the left of the Minotaur.
And if he is too high, he would have to walk back a long way.
So that was Minotaur 1. You fight Minotaur 2 before Minotaur 1 because it's a good category. So now we're just going to go to Dracula. It's actually all the bosses except Dracula. So this door right here would actually not be open if I hadn't killed all the bosses. So that's how you know. Or there would be a door there if I hadn't killed all the bosses. So time is when I grab Dracula's orb, not when he dies. So I'll call it. I'm also going to go for damage glitches on Dracula. Nice.
Yeah, Dracula's hitbox is huge, so
Yeah.
it's really easy to
Get ready on
damage
time.
glitch on.
This is a 15. Nice.
Wow.
And time.
Nice run.
Yeah, sub 16 is good.
15, 53, or 52, yeah.
Wow.
Probably late split.
That's a good time.
That's a really nice run. 15 is very nice.
What's your record at?
The world record for this is 13:29 by me. So that's a really good marathon run for how inconsistent this run is. So just a quick shout out for the all bosses run. There's like 5 people who have done a lot for all bosses. Me, Charlian, who was one of the original runners, and he's just a great guy. He can't watch right now, unfortunately, because he's busy, but he's really good, and he invented this category, and he had the world record for a long time. And then also PK has done a lot, and my boy Hetfield90 has also done a lot for this category, as well as Sofa, who's the absolute god at this game. Pretty soon he's going to have world record in every category. Quote me on that. And yeah, just a lot of people have done a lot for this category. This year, or last year, the world record dropped from 14:09 to 13:29. So big drops. 2017 was a big year for Maxim. in terms of optimizations and stuff. The end.
The end.
But that's not the end, because the maximum 90% donation incentive was indeed met.
Oh yeah.
So you
so-
whip launches are kind of broken.
Yeah, so you saw me fight all the bosses there, and that was cool and all. But what if I didn't have to do that?
Okay, we'll get the timer going
Yeah,
in a
long.
second.
He doesn't have to fight any of the bosses in maximum 80%.
Yeah, this is the preview. Up next is going to be 0 bosses in Symphony of the Night, and this is a preview of what 0 bosses looks like.
The estimate's
a
like
minute.
a minute.
A minute and a
yeah.
half. That's the estimate.
A minute and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. If that gives you guys any sort of indication as to.
The record I think is 32.
The world record is 32 seconds.
by Seth Charlion.
Yeah, by Charlian.
And
This is the fastest Castlevania run, I think.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
the
it is.
fastest
The
run in the
fastest run.
Castlevania series.
Yeah.
You want to see a speedrun? You'll get a speedrun.
Yeah, this is the truest speedrun in the entire marathon.
Yeah, the way that the maps are connected, you can pretty much just zip to the end. It's wonderful. And then Maxim is so strong, he can just kill Dracula without any sort of like. He doesn't really get any upgrades or anything
No.
throughout the game, anyways.
now just heart and health.
Okay, are we...
I mean, the health ups are kind of pitiful.
Yeah.
They give you like 4 health out of 300.
You good to go? Okay. All right. Are we ready for the... there's not really anything to talk about in this run.
Just go fast.
Just go fast. Appreciate it.
Go out of
so I
bounds.
guess we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Get ready on time.
Yeah, there's several ways to do the any percent. He's going to do kind of like medium difficulty.
Yeah, I'm going to
so-
do the safer route so I can finish.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ooh, I have to reset. All right, that's maximum. It's not a maximum 90% run if you don't reset.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Yeah.
Running this game is resetting. If you like resetting, play Maxim. But yeah, the 90% run's really volatile. There's a lot of opportunities for soft locks. So I just wanted to show that off for you. Alright, so that
There we
takes
go.
us here. Remember when we were here before? Same. Alright, so now I'm going to save. And I'm going to launch. And I'm going to launch.
Whenever you're ready, Maxim.
Let's go. Alright, so now I'm at the top floor. Remember when we were here? Good times.
We're gonna fight with death, I think.
Yeah. Hey, it's Chapel of Dissonance. Remember when we were here? You do the same trick in all bosses.
Whip launch.
Let's go.
See, we're going to a different area this time.
Hey, look, it's Dracula's chamber.
But it's in the wrong castle.
Yeah, this is actually the wrong castle, so the game recognizes that you're in the wrong castle and corrects your positioning to be in the right castle. So now we're in Dracula's chamber. All right, so get ready on time for real.
Oh wow, he's fighting back this time.
Ooh, that was
Nice
a really
damage
easy.
glitch.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, with the reset, that's not bad.
Yeah, that was like a 30 seconds reset. All right, and time. Oh, time.
Oh, yeah. Very
All right.
nice.
Sub 2 with the reset. I can't
Nice.
complain.
Very nice.
So that's Maxim mode. Big shout outs to all the any percent runners. Recently, there's a Japanese guy, Gasio. He's doing a commentary for the Japanese restream, who's been putting a lot of work into this time and has actually been getting close to the world record. Like we said, the world record for that category is 32 seconds, but it uses a route that's not viable in RTA, or viable in a marathon at all. It's barely viable in RTA.
Yeah.
So yeah, real quick for that run, just a big shout outs to everyone who donated for that. $7,500 is a lot of money for a minute and 57 seconds of gameplay.
It was worth it.
It was. I hope it was
Absolutely.
worth it. And yeah, shouts to all the any percenters and everyone who's worked on this game. This is a really cool speed game. And yeah, shouts to all my friends and family who are here or at home watching. You're all great. I would definitely not be here without you. And funny thing, even though I played as Maxim, I was apparently still juiced Belmont.
Just the Belmont.
Just a Belmont. All right, and that's the end, and that's Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance.
Very nice.
Well, thank you for those amazing runs for Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance VB.